Okay, let us multiply polynomials. Alright, we are going to find the product of polynomials. And before that, let us quickly refresh our memory. What is product property of exponent? It says if I have x to the power of m multiplied by x to the power of n, the product is going to be x to the power of m plus n. That is, if you have x square times x cube, the result is x to the power of 2 plus 3, which is 5. I can directly write x to the 5th power or x to the power of 5. In the same way, if I have x, let me go a step further, 6x times 5x to the 4th power. That's how much? I'm multiplying 6x's with 5x4. So here, those two numbers, 6 times 5 gives you 30, and x to the power of 1, when there is no exponent, always there is a 1. So the product is going to be 5 again, 30x to the 5th power. But if you have 2x square multiplied with 3y cube, what do you get from this? 2 times 3, no doubt I can multiply and say it is 6, but 6 times x square y cube. We have to leave it like this. You cannot add those 2 and 3. Good. So having that in mind, let us multiply 3x to the 4th power with 2x cube minus 5x plus 10. So these two are polynomials. The first polynomial has a single term. If you want, you can put this also in parentheses. And the second polynomial has 3 terms. So it's a trinomial and this is a monomial, etc. we call. And in order to multiply, I need to know my distributive property. I have it here, just let me bring it. Distributive property says that a times b plus c equal to ab plus ac. Alright, so here I have 3 terms. Okay, no problem. Let us multiply 3x to the 4 times 2x cube. 3x to the 4th power times 2x cube. Now minus, because 3x to the 4 is a positive times negative, it's negative only. Do this. That is 3x to the 4th times 5x. Then lastly that plus, because plus times plus positive only, 3x to the 4th power times 10. This is 4. Okay. So what is 3x to the 4th power times 2x cube, which is multiply the numerical coefficients. 3 times 2, that is 6. X to the 4th power times x cube. X 4 here and 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. So I'll write x to the 7th power minus 3 times 5, that is 15. What do you have here? X to the 4th power and x by itself, so it is 1. So 4 plus 1 gives me 5. Okay, 15 x to the 5th power, it's over here. Okay, 5 plus 3x to the power of 4 times 10, that is 3 times 10 gives me 30 x to the power of 4. We cannot simplify it further because the terms are here, the degree is 7, there 5, and here 4. So this is the product of those two polynomials. So in this example, you multiplied a monomial with a trinomial. So those are the two polynomials we took, and we observed that the product is again a polynomial. In general, you'll be asked to multiply a binomial with a binomial. Let us look at that example. So for that I'm taking two functions. The first one, let me take 3x plus 8, and the second function is let it be 2x minus 6. Okay, we'll multiply those two. So again, the same distributive property I can use, making use of the same distributive property. Let me bring it there. All right. Okay. So here, like I said, these are a binomial multiplied with a binomial. So what you got here, 3x plus 8 times 2x minus 6. So initially I'll take only 3x and I'll multiply with 2x minus 6. Afterwards, take that plus 8, multiply with 2x minus 6. It is as simple as that. Now you can see that it is like distributive property, a times b plus c equal to ab plus ac. Okay, so that gives me 3 times 2x, 3x times 2x rather, 3x times 2x, then plus times minus minus, 3x times 6. After that you have plus 8 times 2x, 8 times 2x, and then 8 times negative 6. Positive times negative, it is a negative. 8 times 6 I got. Okay, so now multiply 3x times 2x. 3 times 2, that is 6. X and x gives you x square, because x times x is x square. Minus 3x times 6 gives you 18x. 3 times 6, 18. And then 8 times 2 with the positive sign, that is 16x. Minus 8 times 6, 48. As you practice more and more this blue step, this step you can avoid directly. You could have as well obtained this 3x times 2x, 3x times 6, 8 times 2x, and 8 times 6 from there. But I wanted you to see where the distributive property involved. Okay, now let us complete the last step. 6x square is by itself, so I don't do anything to it, just bring it down. Minus 18x plus 16x, negative 18 and positive 16. Take away 16 from 18, you got 2, bigger number negative, so minus 2 and x, minus 48. That's all. This is the product of those two binomials, 3x plus 8 times 2x minus 6, and once again you see that it is a polynomial. Some students have difficulty in multiplying this way, like distributive property. I suggest a box method, which is in fact similar to distributive property, but I don't know the reason, but people find this easier than the regular distributive property. So over here on one side I will write 3x plus 8. 8 is, it's positive, so I don't have to write. And on the top I'll write 2x minus 6. Now let us multiply. 3x times 2x, that is 3x times 2x goes in the first box. Then 3x times negative 6, this 3x times negative 6. You are done your job with 3x. Now take 8 times 2x, and again 8 times negative 6. Okay, now let us multiply, find the products for all of these. 3x times 2x gives me 6x squared. 3x times negative 6, I have here, it is 18x with a negative sign. 8 times 2, that is 16x. Again 8 times 6, that is negative 48. You can see that this 6x square is here, minus 18x over there, plus 16x, the third term, minus 48 over there. Okay, now 6x square, you bring it down. This negative 18x plus 16x, those two are the like terms. Put those two like terms together, you are minus 2x. And lastly, minus 48. So the result is the same. So if you have any difficulty with this straight multiplication using distributive property, in your scratch work, just draw a box and divide that into 4 parts, and you can come up. And minus 48, and you should get this fact. It helps us to get those factorizations easily. Okay, thank you for